Good afternoon, evening, morning. Those are the only times. I mean, I would say good night, but that just sounds like I'm putting you to bed. Good afternoon, evening, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. It is currently 3:01 p.m. afternoon out here in sunny Portland. I am deeply excited that it is no longer face-meltingly hot outside. We had a bit of a heat wave. It made the baking stream fun, but we're over now. Or no, it's over. I'm fine. Hi, how you doing? I did not set up my chat. We're gonna pop it out, put it over here, and put OBS over here. I had I'd say camera issue. It's more just like whenever I move my camera for the baking stream, I have to reset it up again, just like my computer gets offended. It doesn't understand how my camera could have gone and cheated on it with another computer. It's like my computer's just like spending the night at its ex, because, you know, it and the baking stream computer used to be together. That used to be here, but now, you know, they broke up, but it still lives, like, fairly close by. And once a month, they spend some time together, and this computer gets really jealous, and I have to, like, reintroduce them all over again. And now I don't have my LUT enabled. But that's probably fine. How else am I supposed to oversaturate myself until I look like a Samsung wallpaper? How you guys doing? Iced coffee with 2 hours to go at work. I just finished mine. I have decided on a new streamer meta. Well, for me anyways, of streamer meta of beverages during the stream, and that is no caffeine during the stream because that's been kind of frying my voice, but instead slam the caffeine right before the stream because you still need it. Well, I do. And then water, and I also made myself a caffeine-free giant pot of tea. I had to thoroughly clean this teapot because I hadn't been using it recently. I guess my new coffee binge has caused me to neglect my poor big blue teapot. And it had some tea in it, and fun fact, tea will grow stuff if you leave it in a pot long enough. So, make sure you store them dry. Oh, man. Hello, Hazel. Hi, all. She's late, but we love her. I was like 60 seconds late. You're not wrong, but come on. Alcohol and caffeine not allowed, but I have my liter of water. It's a good way to do it. First time I've caught your live, actually live. Welcome to the live. How is it dabbing, Hazel fam? I was on Discord with my guild a couple of weeks ago, and for whatever reason, we got on the topic of, like, teen speak and, like, current slang that's hip with the kids, and I started Googling it. And it's still ironic for now, but it may become less ironic later. My husband and I have started saying hundo p to each other, which I don't think is actually a thing. This website was just like parents' guide to those weird things your kids have been saying lately, and it had hundo p on there as like 100%. You know, like definitely, totally. Yeah, you gonna hit up the grocery store later? Hundo p, dog. We're very cool people. Had the Onyxian Drake drop today. Congrats, Kasari. That's a good one. Where are the shrimpies at? I got a shrimpy in the other tank. This tank does not have shrimpies. The betta would eat them immediately. But I got one shrimpy in the other tank, and I think it's just one because I think the other fish in there may have eaten the other ones. But this one seems tough, and it just molted, actually. I just saw it molt this morning, so. Someone's grown a new skin. Revenue's Death Charger, congratulations. The retail still gonna be your main game, or are you switching to Classic? I ain't switching. I'm not going anywhere. You don't gotta worry. I'm a live streamer. Hazel Floyd here now. What's up, dude? Eat white chocolate, generally good advice. Hope the stream goes well. Is it bad that I have 47 out of 53 sets done for Shaman? Only if you want more or less. I'm jealous, though. I'm a teen and I don't get most of the lingo people say in my school. The first, phrase that happened that I did not get, like I did not understand. You know when you're a teenager and everybody's just, like, ragging on your culture and you're like, well, they're old, they just don't understand. There is a point where you'll see some word happening, like, online or just in the streets, and you'll be like, wait, when did that happen? That's stupid. And that's when you know you're old. And for me, that one was, on fleek. This is a few years ago, but when on fleek happened, I'm like, well, now you're just making stuff up. That's not a word, and I refuse to, say whatever you want, but I refuse to accept it myself. And it's just been all downhill from there. Let's see. Can you do the floss dance, though? Listen, I think that most people would be lying if they said they hadn't practiced the floss dance at least once, alone in their bathroom in front of the mirror, just to see if they could do it. Not saying you will ever want to do it in front of other people, but how can you go through the internet's floss craze and see all of these kids doing it and be like, well, is it hard? Is it hard? Could I do it? I don't want to, but could I? And you just have to find out. Like, is that just me? Please tell me that's not just me. I never heard hundo pee in my life. Good. Good. First time making it to a stream, about to go to work though. Have a good day. Have a good day at work. Thanks so much for your tiny pants video. I was also thinking of you. I have one guildie in particular I was thinking of, and you were on the list. I was like, you know, there's some people that are gonna want some options. Reached a full range of motion from a torn ACL and a Hazel stream. Congratulations. Exciting day. Age is around 27 or so. No, I'm not there yet. Depends on how hip, like, I'm sure it's different for lots of people. Somebody that spends a lot of time with teenagers or has teenage siblings or children and is, like, up to date with them is gonna know what's going on, but I haven't really had contact with young people since I stopped being a young person. So, yeah, I tried to do the floss, my kids laughed. Fortnite yeet. Yeet is one of those words that I don't really understand. I think it's a verb, but I think it's very funny, and I laugh when people say it. I'm 27, been off TeamSpeak for at least 7 years, yeah. Not on Twitch. Friday afternoons are still a YouTube time, so I am a confusing streamer for now. I have come up, though, newsflash, this was going to be breaking news in the vlog, but that's not edited yet, so we're having it now. Stream schedule news. I'm gonna try, Sunday, Monday, Twitch streams morning. Tuesday, YouTube stream morning, normal time. Wednesday, Thursday, Twitch stream afternoon. Friday, YouTube stream afternoon. So basically just those 2 stream slots. One that starts at 9 Pacific, one that starts at 3 Pacific. And I like the way that's organized. That does make 6 days a week, so we'll see if I can keep up with that or not. But they don't have to be long streams. Like, normally I do, like, 2 hours, and then if I want to do more, then that's fine. And if I feel like doing more on top of those 6, then that's fine too. But that's going to be, like, the ones I'm going to really aim for, at least for the next couple of weeks, and see how that goes. That's kind of my plan. What's the robe transmog on your gnome? I'll log in and look it up for you because it's dope. If this is the one you're looking for anyways. So, let's see. That's the one that lets you see it better. Which would you rather have as an allied race, Mechagnomes or Volpera? Volpera for sure. Mechagnomes are cute, but, like, they're gnomes, and I already have a gnome, and I already like my gnome. And I don't think they add enough to gnomes to really justify being a different race. And I know, like, that's not me saying I think it won't happen. I actually, more recently, think it probably will happen. But it's not enough for me to really want to switch, especially because I just like this gnome so much. Her robe is Nazrathim's Acolyte's robes. I believe this is a Legion cloth questing set. Something up with my computer, so I cannot play. Oh, that's a bummer. A great opportunity to learn some troubleshooting. Well, not learn some troubleshooting, to exercise your troubleshooting skills. But a bummer nonetheless. Yeet means to throw, but I get confused when people just scream it. I don't understand when people add the yeah in front of it. Yeah, yeet. Yeah, yeet. Oh, I feel so cool. Yeah, I understand it as a verb to throw. I think it's really funny when people who you don't think are gonna say it. Like, if your middle-aged office coworker, like, throws trash into the trash can and then goes, yeet. Like, that's hilarious. That's so funny, I think. I'm easily entertained. But yeah, I don't get the yeah. I don't hate the yeah. I just don't understand. I feel like I'm observing a different species and just trying to figure out their fascinating habits. Took your tips for Iron Dwarf Medium Rare, completed it yesterday. Congratulations. Channel's awesome. Hope you'll play some more Classic. Oh yeah, so I was thinking of picking out one of those stream days and having 1 day per week be a Classic stream day. I was thinking Wednesdays. I don't know why Wednesday, but I was thinking Wednesdays. Unless I can think of something that has like a more of like a snappy ring to it. But yeah, one day per week we can do Classic. I think that's fair and reasonable and about satisfies how much I want to play Classic. have that robe in 3 color variations. Yeah, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. Some people, when I was doing research for the Tiny Pants video, just like generally speaking, looking at revealing transmog, a lot of people were like, they haven't made revealing transmog since Classic. And I'm like, well, that's not true. They haven't made like a whole lot of just like open butt transmog because honestly, the thongs are a little cringy. But they have made all kinds of like cleavage mog and shoulders mog and tummy mog and back mog and thigh mog. Like, you can have all sorts of your beautiful body parts on display, and it looks way better when it has more than 7 pixels. So I have a confession to make, and that is that I don't know what I'm doing on today's stream. What did I say I was going to do? What's in the stream description? I said miscellaneous WoW things. Yep, that sounds about right. So, options. We got some options. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and chat with WoW in the background, and while that would be a fun stream, I feel like it would be misleading to anybody come in here see some, like, sick WoW progress. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I've been saving something. I saved something up for stream. I got to a thing, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait and do this on stream. People also say oof. That one I've kind of picked up. Oof and yikes I've picked up, at least in typing, because I feel like those are more internetisms than teenisms. Maybe they're teenisms that have also made it onto the internet, but you see a lot more oof and yikes on the internet. Also, yikes is old as time, but you see a lot more of those online than you do yeet. I've never seen somebody hit me up on Discord being like, do you want to run a Mythic Plus? Yeah, yeet. You know? You dig? Despite myself, thank you for the super chat. Raid Finder Pain Grind. Is that a recommendation for what we should do today? Oh, you know what I should do? Well, lots of things to do. I'm going to check real quick to see if Skrig the Devourer is up, because I'm at like 70 attempts on him so far, and I do not have that mount yet. We should do Hive Mind. That's something I would want to research more. I don't want to do the Darkshore Warfront. I just straight up don't want to. Finally managed to make it to the stream. Welcome, George. How are you doing? I have a 16-year-old boy and I don't understand him. Teenagers, man. I say this like I have one. I don't. I was one, and that was awful. Beta is offline because of the AV stress test? Yeah. Not today, then. Not today. First time joining live. You're great. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Thanks for checking out the stream, Tyler. The wheels keep falling off my computer chair. I need to break down and buy a new one. Or just drill your chair into the floor in one spot and then just, like, commit to that with, like, that energy. Just being like, I'm sitting here. I don't scooch back. You know, I don't adjust my chair. I sit here. The world adjusts around me. You could try that. It's probably a bad idea. I should stream 5 days a week. You think 6 is too many? Did you just say 1 day a week classic? I did. Let's see. All your fish talk paid off. My wife wanted a tank of her own. I kept up, knew enough to point her in the right direction. It's so exciting. I love it when people get fish, especially when they do a bit of research to do it right. It's just so exciting. There's like a whole category of fish YouTube of people just vicariously watching other people get fish, because that's just like one of the best moments. The other best moment, like the first best moment of fish keeping. All right, this is clearly not up. The first best moment of fish keeping comes when you finally have your tank cycled and everything, and you get your fish and you bring them home and you're like, these are my pets. These are my new friends. I can observe them. They live here now. That's dope. And then the second best moment of fish keeping happens like 6 months after that, after you have finally sort of like figured out the learning pains of a new aquarium, because they're just finickier than established aquariums. Like, an established aquarium is quite easy. It generally runs itself. You gotta do maintenance, but like nothing weird's gonna really happen out of the blue as long as you're keeping up. But new aquariums have weird stuff happen. So the second best moment is like 6 months in, when you look at your fish and you realize that you've kind of sorted out your algae problem. Everybody's eating, everybody likes their food, everybody looks really good, everybody's getting along, everybody's growing, and it's just like a beautiful moment of, hey, this is actually working. Oh, hi, Kat. Vako, thank you for the super chat. Have you noticed that bellular titles often contain oof, truly wild? I haven't. Do they really? Oh, it must drive clicks. That man does not do anything without hard data. I swear. That's a logic-driven marketing strategy, so it must work. Maybe I should do it. Oof is played out. Value titles. Just I'm gonna have to look that up. Taliesin has the market cornered on talking with WoW running. Okay. So I'm slowly getting to the thing that I want, that I saved for the stream. Still also need 400 gear from Darkshore. I have entirely given up on gearing alts. I have like a new one. I just finished the Shaman like last week or so on stream with Island Expeditions. And I haven't geared her at all because I'm just waiting for Benthic gear. I am waiting for my main to just accumulate Benthic gear that I will then send to my alts. I'm not going to go get gear now. Matt Kyle, thank you for the super chat. Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. Blessed Blade indeed. Is there anything coming through these? No, I just put them on for fashion. System, sound. I did replace the ear cups on them, so hopefully they hurt me less. I had the sound turned up because I was fishing last night. I had one of those moments last night where I was like, in a weird mood where I wanted to work, but I also didn't. So then I didn't, but I felt bad about it. And then I wanted to stream, but then I didn't. So again, I didn't and felt bad about it. So to like squash my feelings of feeling bad, I decided to put on YouTube and just watch some videos. And I did that. But then I was like, well, I should be progressing in something. You know, if I'm not progressing in my life and I'm not growing as a human being, I should at the very least be fishing and WoW. So I set myself up fishing and just fished for like 2 hours while watching endless YouTube videos. It wasn't bad. I made some gold. Actually, well, I will once I sell the stuff. Put anything as titles that makes people click. I can't judge him too much for that. You guys may have noticed the last 2 vlogs have been a little bit more like that. I'm trying to find that line of a title that is clickable, but while still accurately describing the discussion and without having the discussion within the vlog be totally off the rails. I'm trying to find that balance that feels right, but also, you know, it's like you put an X amount of time into a video and you can get like this much results or this much results just based on a really simple thumbnail and title change without compromising the content of the video. So I think you'd have to be very noble to not do that. Ian, thank you very much for for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate the support. But yeah, it's been working for the vlog so far, so I can't hate anybody for doing that. Any inkling of when 8.2 can come out? 25th or 2nd. I'm so sad if it's July. I'm on camera saying that it'll definitely be before July. But then again, I thought it was going to be May, so who knows. Discord to talk about transmogs. We have a Discord, like a community Discord that's for chatting with each other. I don't know if there's a transmog tab. Lore Master just means you did way too many quests. Do you put the headphones on with the cups over your hair? Had that happen to me? Hate it? Yeah, I mean, it depends on how your hair is done. Usually if it's down, I'll try and like part it. Gotta do housework. Have fun stream, Hazel. See you later. If it's the 25th, I'll release it for my 50th birthday. The key is to be scantily dressed in the YouTube thumbnail. I thought it was so funny that people were clicking on the tiny pants video because I had a debate with my husband about whether or not I should use a male or female character in tiny pants for the thumbnail, and I'm like, we gotta go with the male night elf, and he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, and I'm glad that people appreciate the beauty of the male night elf form. So the thing I'm doing out here, 18 minutes into my stream, we get to some gameplay. The reason I am out here is because I finally had the Torn Invitation drop, and then I completed the set of 4 12-hour Legion follower missions. So all I have to do now, and I've never done this before, obviously, otherwise I would have them mount, is I have to confront the starter of the fox hunt, interrupt it, and then take the fox, and then I'll get my fox mount. So I could have done this like 2 days ago, but I knew I had to save it for the stream, especially after I accidentally got a polar bear off stream without you guys. Alright, fox, hang on. I've got a cat on my lap. I want a cup of tea. Herbal tea, caffeine free, good for the voice. That's gonna need to calm down, or cool down, not calm down. This tea needs to calm down. Okay. According to the map, the fox hunt will start at the Feathermane hunting grounds. If they succeed, they'll kill a fox that is the last of its kind. Good grief. Yeah, so of course we're interrupting that. Sup. Alright. Confront or just kill him? We'll just kill him. Okay. Works. Done. And now we find him. I don't know how long or short this questline is. So, hopefully, well, I guess we'll find out. Torn Invitation drops from Nightfallen boxes. So that means emissary caches, that means paragon caches, and that means withered army training chests, including the ones that you send up with your withered when you are first plumbing the deeps of the withered army training. When you're first progressing through it, you send back all of those one-time chests. and those have a chance to contain it as well. So the way I actually got mine to finally drop was get another character set up with Withered Army training and start progressing through it with a fresh slate so that I could send all of those new chests up. Because my main had already long since sent those up and not gotten it. So you get a lot more chances if you then unlock Withered Army training on a new character as opposed to just farming Emissary and Paragons. I gotta find this fox. Be happy to hear that ancient mana drops in much larger quantities than it used to, so if you're worried about trying to farm up the mana needed to start a Withered Army training, it is no big deal. Very, very quick to do. Hello? Fox? I guess it is elusive. It's probably prowling, huh? I can prowl. Maybe it just wants to be friends with a prowly friend. I'd make fox noises, but I don't know what they sound like, and I think they sound like really shrill. Don't foxes sound horrible? Oh, I see a fox! Haha! I'm pleased with myself that I did not have to look that up. Oh, why is he scared? I'm a cat. Maybe that's why. Excuse you. That is my friend. You can't take this fox from me. I've waited a whole expansion. So we defended him, and now we're calming him down. Oh my god, I didn't expect this to be so cute. Oh. Oh, that's so precious. Obviously set favorite. Of course you're my favorite. Oh my god, I love it. Oh! Yeah, classic don't have foxes. That is exactly what I wanted. I am definitely... I don't know who... What do I mean I don't know who's writing that? Everybody's writing that. It's amazing. Oh man, Hazel killing it with the mount captures. I have had some serious luck over the last couple of weeks. I don't know if I've just been playing a lot of WoW. That might be it. I have been playing a lot of WoW. But I'm up to... mounts, I'm up to 395. I'm only 5 away from 400. I thought I wasn't going to get that until after 8.2. But at this point, if they just keep not putting out 8.2, I might actually get it. I might actually get it. I already have Vulpin. Congrats. Slash Tar Fox. We got it. We got it. You don't know what does the fox say? I actually wasn't even thinking about that when I said it, but it's all coming back to me now. Cat loves to lay on your lap while playing. Ours likes to sleep in front of our monitors. My cat will only lay on my lap if I'm streaming, which is funny. If I'm just playing, she'll go find a bed somewhere. But if I'm streaming, then she'll get on the lap. Kitties get along great with fishies. Make sure the cats can't get to the fish. That's a pretty important part. Re-upload it with a female thumbnail for science. A lot of YouTubers have been requesting A/B testing for thumbnails, like the option to try 2 different thumbnails and determine which one is more effective. Some YouTubers will do that manually by having one for X amount of time and one for Y amount of time, but it's hard to get, like, accurate data because a video naturally has a cadence of progression in the algorithm, and you can really mess that up if you change the data at the wrong point in it. So, I don't mess with it too much. I just do my best and then hope for the best. So that was thing number 1. Thing number 2 that I guess we can do today is more, I know these aren't the most interesting thing, but they create a lot of opportunity to chat, and that's mostly what I'm in the mood for right now. So I'm going to do more Garrison invasions with you guys, and by you guys I mean 2 of you at a time. That is the Llothien Prowler questline from the Torn Invitation in Legion. Hey Hazel's watching Mad Season on Twitch, so how you doing? What are you up to today? It's a great question. I'm gonna do some Garrison invasions. I'm gonna go farm up the invasion and then share them and see if we can't get a mount from that, because I need 2 Garrison invasion mounts still, and I have not done them yet this week. Space/mount special. I'll try that. I'll try that. It's one of the quietest mounts. You've saved him in order to condemn him to a life of servitude. I am a benevolent master, though. You know, ask my fish. I'm pretty cool. I'm a kind god. Okay, so we're going to Garrison. That's an almost 400. I don't have fish, 3 cats. They would work together. You have all of my aquariums have lids on them. Like, unless a cat can figure out how to grip something and lift it. I know some people that have aquariums with lids have issues with their cat sitting on the lid and breaking it if you have a very heavy cat. Like a very heavy cat. But for the most part, it's a non-issue. You can also set up your aquarium in a way that prevents the cat from getting to it, depending on how brave your cat is about jumping on stuff. I know there's some cats that will stop at nothing, so it's definitely a concern. Okay, picking up the pit mission. We're going to head up there, do that. And we're going to be doing this a couple of times today because I want lots of chances at the mount. Mine likes to be held in one arm while I'm playing. Doesn't your arm fall asleep? Good evening. Do you have the new Brawlers mount? Sure do. We got the, we did most of that on stream, actually. That's a fun mount to get. Invite another 40 to the Garrison invasion? I wish it worked like that. Thoughts on how to find a guild to mostly be social with? Check your realm forums. Check your guild recruitment on your server forums, on the official forums. There was a vlog question that's in today's vlog that's not up yet that was basically that exact question, and that's the only thing I could find was there were some social guilds recruiting, at least on my server, so hopefully more of them. YouTube stream, what? I'm doing both for a little bit. I can't just like abandon YouTube because you guys are all here and it works just fine, and we haven't built up the Twitch stream yet, but I'm still trying to get the Twitch stream off the ground, so I'm gonna do both for a while. I do have, wait, Cindermane. I have the, isn't the Cindermane like a recruiter friend mount? Yeah, no, Cindermane is recruiter friend. I do not have that one. I have the cat from Heroes of the Storm. Do the Prowler special already, please? Isn't it just that dart in a circle animation, though? And we have a ragdoll mix that's over 30 pounds. He would destroy the fish tank lid. It's got to be a cute cat, though. My arm doesn't fall asleep. She's only 6 pounds. I can brace her on my chest, but it does mean I've had to learn to play one-handed. I do that a lot for, there's a lot of one-handed playing going on if I have like a cup of tea, which is always. Found your 2-hour plus classic video entertaining, by the way. Why, thank you. Stream highlight. That one was from, no, that one was from a YouTube stream. The Horadon was from the Twitch stream. It's gonna be weird for a bit. I'm here for both. Did 49 runs last week of the Garrison invasion to multiple alts just to get a repeat mount. Yeah, I really wish that they would. I don't even need them to make the remaining mounts more common. I just really wish that they could prevent repeat mounts because it's such a downer of a feeling. It's also the case with the, maybe it was a Warlord thing. It was also the case with the Tanan Jungle cage rares. Like there was those 4 rares that can drop an iron cage that could contain 1 of 3 mounts or 1 of 4 mounts, don't remember. But those could be duped too. Or that you could get doubles and triples and whatever. And that's just so demoralizing to see a mount drop and be like, oh no, I have to delete this now. What gaming mouse do you use? I use a Logitech G600. I love it to bits. I'm on my second one in like 7 or 8 years, not too bad. And all of my gaming gear can be browsed at amazon.com/hazelnuttygames/shop. Pretty sure that's it. There's a link in the description. I have all my gaming stuff out there. But yeah, G600. I love this thing. It's like way cheaper than a Naga. I found it to be more stable. And it also has like the 12-button grid. It has 3 buttons on the top. I like to use this one for editing specifically. That's like a really easy mouse button to hit. So I use that for my Ripple edit in Premiere. All in all, pretty good mouse. So glad I caught you live. Me and my son are watching while eating Happy Meals. Can I say hi to JJ? Hi, JJ. Gonna do YouTube and Twitch for a while. Are you going to move completely to Twitch? I don't know. That depends. I think it would be weird. I'm trying to figure out my exact parameters for making this decision. It would be weird to continue to do both. Like, that's just unnecessarily confusing. Especially if I eventually get Twitch partner. Like, that's just an awkward situation. So I would need to pick one. And I think it's going to come down to which one I think is better for my channel, and also, quite bluntly, which one generates more stream income. And at the risk of sounding really greedy. So right now, YouTube wins by a long shot because this is a much more popular stream. You guys show up. And I'm not saying the Twitch stream is dead, but it's new. It's new. It hasn't been established yet. So if I do both for like 2 months and I can grow the Twitch stream to about equal or like a little less than this, I will probably switch. But if it's just stagnant and stable and I do my best and it's not getting any bigger, then I might just call it an experiment and then just go back to doing this maybe more often. I guess I could always keep doing both, but just do the Twitch like a little less officially, like not on a schedule, just kind of whenever I want, because I do like that Twitch VoDs are not permanent. I like the thought that I can just kind of turn it on whenever I feel like it without worrying about adding something to my permanent resume. So, maybe I would continue to do both, but it's going to mostly depend on which one seems better. Stream luck, watching 2 of your vlogs that got spawned of Horadon during one, Pureblood Firehawk watching another one within 7 days. I'm glad we can share it. I know this is anecdotal, and I know this is not how probability works, but it's fun to imagine. I've had a lot of reports in the last couple of weeks of people being like, I watched your video and got a mount. And maybe that just means that my videos are more popular, which would be dope, but maybe it just means more people are watching. But I choose to believe that there is a special sauce that we have somehow managed to create here that causes you to be just blessed with luck, hopefully. So go do your mount runs. It could happen. Today could be your day. I wouldn't mind the duplicates if you could vendor them. Yeah, if you could vendor them for a reasonable amount of gold, I think that would help. I think part of it is just the trauma of having to straight up delete the poor, like, wolf. You know, just be like, hey, puppy, get out. I already have a dog. Bye. Like, that's just so sad. Yeah. Not to switch to Twitch 100%. I'm gonna feel it out. I don't like the idea of permanently, like, splitting my efforts to try and grow 2 things. It's the same reason why I don't really want to commit to multiple channels on YouTube. And I know you are like a multiple channels on YouTube kind of creator, so you might have a different perspective on this. But I would rather feel like I'm putting all of my effort behind one thing to do as well as I can on it. So I can't blame any lack of success on, oh, I was spreading myself too thin. I'm the same way with MMOs. That's why I don't want to commit to Classic. It's okay. I'd like to make the most money at my job too. That's not greedy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's not even so much about being like, I want to get rich and buy a Lambo. I think it's just like you want to do the best that you can. Like if you're doing X amount of work and you can get paid more doing that work somewhere else, it reminds me, and this is a bad example to bring up that I'm going to immediately regret, but it reminds me of the debate of developers publishing on Epic versus Steam. Like if you can put in the same amount of work and get the same product out, that doesn't make much of a functional difference to consumer, and the whole Epic debate is a different thing, so I'm not commenting on that. But if you can do the same amount of work and just get paid more somewhere else, it's hard to find a good reason to not do that, you know? Can you pass some of that luck on for the Azure Whelping and the Sprite Darter Hatchling? This is my luck beam. I don't know why it comes out of my chest, but that's just how it goes. Watching your VoD on Twitch, I got like 20 ads as a non-sub. They slap you in the face. That sucks. That's something I don't have any control over. 20 ads? Ugh. Gross. You have a little more freedom on Twitch to talk, like you said, not add to the permanent resume. Yeah, just like a little casual, you know. If I'm up late and I'm bored, I can come on and be like, I'm bored. Anybody else bored? You bored? Anyone wanna play with me? I wanna do islands or whatever. Keeping Twitch super casual is a great idea. Hazel, you inspired me to get a tank pet. Tomorrow I get my axolotl. Congratulations, very exciting. Do make sure that you, number one thing that I see people do wrong with axolotls, not saying you're going to do it wrong, but number one thing I see people do is not get a chiller. Axolotls need quite chilly water that is chillier than room temperature in almost any dwelling, and they'll do much better if you can keep their water cool. So you can get tank chillers for that. Got 3 mounts in the last 2 days. My problem with Twitch is I don't get any alerts, whereas with YouTube, refresh my subscription tab, we'll see that you're live. I get that, and I also get the exact opposite feedback quite often. I've had multiple different people tell me on multiple sides that YouTubes are way better on both Twitch and YouTube. It really depends on a lot of things. I've heard more complaints about the YouTube notifications, I think, though. Finding those keypads and a mouse confusing and hard to reach. Been using a Rocat, even though it's a bit weak in endurance. It's definitely not for everybody. I found that I got used to using all of the buttons on the side of this thing over time. When I first started out, I could only really hit, hang on, let me show you. I could only really hit the top 3. And then I sort of expanded downward one at a time over like a period of time. I wasn't accurate at hitting the bottom ones until probably at least a year after I got the mouse. Let's see. Gonna try and start getting some stuff I need to stream on Twitch just for something to do while I play. It's a fun thing to just give a go. How did you and your husband meet? Online dating. So it was a hip and cool thing. It was pre-Tinder. Pretender, not an app, a website. Watch your stream forever, never gotten a mount drop, so yeah. Maybe you just need to do more mount runs. Maybe you just need more alts. People still play WoW? I certainly do. Stay on YouTube. 2 successful challenge. Trick is to hire editors. Before then I had to choose when to prioritize. I cannot bring myself to outsource my editing. I can't do it. I'm sure I should. I know you're right. I know I've seen the story. It's a tale as old as time. I've seen so many people feel so relieved once they do it. And I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. Successful streamers post videos on YouTube even if they stream on Twitch. So that was actually one thought that I had. And I don't know when I'm going to find time for this. But I was thinking if I do stream on Twitch, putting out like a weekly-ish highlight reel of just like the best moments or the best conversations or, you know, tidbits from the Twitch stream, just kind of like collecting them. Hopefully with the help of people clipping anything good, but like collecting those together and making like a weekly YouTube video. So if you're not like a stream watcher, but you still want to catch up on like, you know, X mount dropped, or we said something about Y, or we addressed Z, or like whatever, that they're just like in one video. And that also helps advertise the stream. Let's see. I've been enjoying weekends with Hazel. Care Bear stare. Of course it comes out of your chest. The issue I have with Epic is the Epic platform is worse than Steam objectively. I can't pretend that I know enough to comment. I haven't used Epic at all. And I haven't used Steam much for a while either. How long have you been streaming? Today or in general? Today we've been live for 36 minutes, and in general I have been streaming since 2015, 14? Oh, I breathed that in. Excuse me. Oh, we saved it. We're good. We're okay. The problem was distracted beverage enjoyment. Although at least it wasn't alcohol. I inhaled some cider like a week or two ago. I just like, not even a little bit, not like a you kind of coughed while drinking and got a little bit of it in your lungs. I like inhaled a whole sip of cider and it was deeply unpleasant. How are the lemon seeds? Thanks for asking. So I got a couple of them actually sprouting. They're up. They have leaves. They're teeny tiny little babies. I have them, I don't want to put them outside because it's still stinking hot outside. I don't want to like bake them, but I have them under a lamp. I'm keeping them moist but not wet. There is drainage in these things. I have 3 of them up. There's another tray that has another one up, so 3 up so far, but I think another one might come up in the next day or 2. I can see one that's working on it. I've flown too far. And I am very excited and hopeful. I can't wait until, like, I've heard that the foliage of a lemon tree smells good. Like, I don't even need lemons. I just want a nice smelling tree. I'll put these back. Also, can we take a second to admire my attempt at wearing real person clothes? I'm going for like a dad vibe kind of, because I got like the belt, which I had to like carve another hole into this thing because I bought it and it did not fit. With my like men's shirt tucked into like jeans with a belt, I think is a very dad vibe, and that's a vibe that I want right now. Someone needs to Photoshop the Squirrel Squad logo onto the hood of a Lambo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Notification quality depends on if you have Prime or not. Oh, weird. I feel like I used to have, I guess I do have Twitch Prime, so maybe that's why, but I had like the Twitch app on my phone, and I had it set up so I would just get like my phone would beep, or buzz, or whatever, whenever like a streamer that I'd opted into notifications for went live, and that always worked. I would also always get the alert for, like, through the Twitch app on the desktop. Okay, so I'm going to turn this in. I'm going to get the invasion ready to go. I will invite 2 people who can come join me. You don't have to help. You just have to AFK. You could help. I don't know. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. And then we'll all have chances at some mounts. So I'm going to open up the group. Custom starter group. Be 110 plus. Title will be called Hi, I'm Hazel. And I can only take 2 people because this is mean. 110 plus 120 would be fine. I'm going to do this a few more times with different alts over the course of the stream. So, no stress. We got dances and Tupa. Thank you very much for interest. I will give you guys a bit to get here. Can you collect the Heritage Armor Transmog on a DK at 110? Good question. Can you be a Coulter on DK? I don't think allied races can be DKs. Is there a reason you do the Gorgon missive? Isn't the Socrathor's Rise one closer for Alliance? It might be. It might be. I just saw all of the guides that I saw around online recommending the Pit one. I can try the other one. It might be faster. I met my hubby on Second Life. I get Twitch notifications. Husband met on a website too, been married almost 8 years. It's nice being able to target... sounds so clinical. Target someone with similar interests to you. Because especially if you're in more niche communities and you spend all your time doing niche stuff, it can be tough to find people that you have common ground with. Although I do think it's a really weird future that we're heading towards. Here, let me, imagine like a dating app or program that you will like, it'll like collect data about how well your past relationships that were started on that app went and start to algorithmically recommend you partners. That has to be a future we're heading towards. It has to be. But just imagine having like like not just a swipe left or right, but a recommended feed. Based on how much you liked these dudes. Try these dudes, you know? Like, there's gotta be a way. It's gotta be a thing. Okay. So, that is very, very cute. Also, I love the Fox Club we got going on here. Okay, I'm gonna start it up. And then we have, you know, like 12 minutes to just hang out and chat. Battle the Iron Horde. I love my G600. Now it has the double click problem. I started to get not double clicks, but missed clicks. But it took me a long time. It took me, I think, 5 or 6 years. Trackball mouse. Do you mean like underneath, like an old school, like an analog trackball mouse? Or do you mean one of those ones that has a trackball under the thumb for like mouse tracking? Because my mom had one of those, but I've never used one. One of my editors is much better at editing than me. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of reasons, and they're all stupid, but there's a couple of reasons why I don't want to offload my editing. One of them is that I don't want anybody else to have to suffer through how awful I am at recording. I cut out a lot of garbage trash takes, because I'm just useless in front of a camera. Would you believe I get stage fright? I sit down, turn on the vlog, and I'm nervous despite the fact that I've done this for like 6 years. There's nobody here. And I still get nervous, and I mess up my words, and I start sentences over, not like once or twice, but like 8, 9, 12 times in a row. It's obnoxious, and it infuriates me, and I'm used to myself. I couldn't do that to somebody else. And then, secondly, I am particular about the way I like things done, and I also like the creative process of going through a video edit, and then getting an idea, and figuring out how to make that idea happen in the edit. And I feel like I would, you know... If somebody else is doing that, then I have to like their ideas. And if somebody else isn't doing that, they're just getting the edit done, which I wouldn't blame them for because it's contract work, then it would lose a little bit of that extra personality. Like, I think a lot of I guess my video's personality is not so much about the edits, it's more about the script, but like, I don't know, man. Also, my videos don't earn that much money, so it would, like, to actually pay an editor fairly would cut heavily into the profit margins. I feel like an actual editor would cost more than the video makes, to be honest. What do you think of the XP squish? I have a speech about this that's in a video I haven't put out yet. I think that it's gonna address a lot of very real problems. I think I will immediately hate it, but get over it within a couple of weeks as long as they make the leveling process faster. I need to be able to level from, if they do it to 60, for an example, just theoretically, hypothetically, if they squish to 60, I want to be able to level 1 to 60 in like a third of the time that it would take me to level 1 to 120. I do not want it to be really slow. Best of Hazel would be video gold. Yeah, no, the Twitch VoD experience is awful. Liquids go down the other. Oh, I'm behind. How do you recommend I get motivated to stick to one character? Fake it until you make it. Just play it even if you don't want to until you're so invested in it that you don't want to play anything else. All I know about the Epic Store is it's pretty much spyware. Doesn't have a shopping cart. I don't know enough. I know a lot of things can, like... I know a lot of opinions about stuff like this can be formed based on gut reactions to headlines and not facts, but I don't know the facts, so I don't know why I want to defend it. I have no skin in that game. I'm a fan of the squish if it extends the life of the game. Baby lemon trees are so cute. It's going to be a learning experience. I don't have any experience keeping citrus trees. I've never done that before, so I'm probably going to do some things wrong. I'm probably going to kill some of them, and I'm hoping that I just have enough that I can learn as I go. Because that's how you learn. You try things, and it's a plant. You know, it's not like a human rights crisis, so I can do my best and learn, hopefully. Oh wow, I am behind. Let's see. Catching up. Amazon and Twitch are not a thing. YouTube is used here. Pumpkin theme? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, forever. 100% of the time. Algorithmic matchmaking is real. Is it already in? Black Mirror had an episode about that. Black Mirror's episode was an interesting version of algorithmic matchmaking where I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil it if anybody hasn't seen that episode. It's one of the older ones. But that was an interesting take on it that had more of a potential ethical question to it. I watch your streams on my iPad, so maybe that's why. Garbo takes, when are we getting the blooper reel? It's not like a fun, cute blooper reel where I like do fun, cute bloopers though. It's just me attempting to say a sentence 19 times in a row and hating myself more every single time. It's really upsetting to watch. It hurts. It hurts a lot. Still edit my own audio, send them a script and my pre-edited audio. Okay. I also have really grossly big files, so if I was trying to send them files via cloud storage, those would be huge uploads. I like my 4K 60 FPS and I don't want to give that up. Has anyone recognized you in real life? At BlizzCon, yes. Outside of BlizzCon, never. And ideally I can keep it that way for the rest of my life. I like to be... I enjoy meeting people at BlizzCon, and I enjoy being anonymous villager number 37 out here. And that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. What are your specs for your gaming rig, and what monitor do you use? So check out my Amazon recommendations, because that has my monitors on it, along with my monitor stands. I would say that I would caution you, my monitors, while they're fine for gaming, and I like gaming on them, they're not ideally spec'd out for gaming. They're ideally spec'd out for me to create content on. In that they have prioritized resolution over refresh rate. These are 60 hertz monitors, whereas a good computer running a good game, you can get 120 hertz monitor, it will look better, but because 60 FPS is the cap of what I'm putting out, I'm okay with not seeing faster than that, and I would rather have the full 4K frame rate, or resolution, pardon me. My gaming rig, I did a whole video where I built it, and that has every part by part run through it, but basically it's a Threadripper 2950X, a 2080 Ti, 64 gigabytes of RAM, 2 NVMe SSDs, 1 regular old SSD, water cooling, and what else did I put in this thing? It's got a dope case. It's a nice looking case. Sounds like you need an editor you trust and know personally. I don't trust or know anybody. I know and trust nobody. Videos make a few thousand for the big ones. I got big shot over here. No need for an editor. Your videos are good as they are. I mean, I edit them. I'm the editor. They're not just, they don't just come out of the sky. I appreciate the sentiment that I don't need a better editor. It's just a question of, like, if I hired somebody to do it, I would save the time that I spend editing to spend more time, like, writing and recording more of them. Do you need the quest to do the invasion? I want to join you, but I barely played Warlords, don't have the quest. So the quest just triggers the invasion. I think there's other ways to do it, but it's by far the fastest way to trigger the invasion. How lovely to find you. Hope your Friday's good. Hello, Rasmus. It's going pretty good. Going pretty well. I do have some editing. Speaking of editing, I have editing to do after the stream. I recorded the vlog, but I didn't edit it yet. Cap 60, Paragon levels like in Diablo. I've thought about different ways that they could implement Paragon levels in WoW, and I can't really think of a solution that feels right to me. Like, honor levels kind of make sense in that format of you can just keep going, but for actual levels, I don't know. Like, with Paragon levels, the whole idea is that they're not capped, and you just keep leveling up with diminishing returns at some point, and I feel like that functions very strangely with WoW. worried about how the level squish would affect our old runs. In an interview they gave about the subject, they specifically mentioned that they realized that being able to run old content easily, because you've out-leveled it, is a valuable part of an RPG and something that they do not want to sacrifice. So based on that, I have faith that even if they do a level squish, they are not going to compromise our ability to go roll through old stuff. I have not used Mr. Robot recently, but I can say that it does a good job. I have friends that are more good than me. I have friends that are better than me in a variety of ways, and they use it, and they trust it. So, if I vouch for the people that vouch for it. I should use it more, I'm just lazy. Came in the middle of the conversation, what game are you talking about? WoW, right? Are we just talking about WoW? We're talking about WoW and, like, YouTube video editing. I made it clear that I had MS. My husband messaged me to let me know that he was interested, looked up the issues, wanted to know more. That's actually, excuse me, one of a really nice thing that I never really thought about a dating site is that you can get big things like that out in the open early without having to figure out, like, how on earth do I say this on a first date? Or, like, how do I prep somebody for their first date with me with this information? Like, having people be able to go into that knowing what it's about, I think would be really valuable. But it's just an interesting thing to think about. On a podcast I listened to, talked about the idea of Paragon levels, think the idea is amazing. 1 to 60, then 10 levels for each expansion. Not required, separate from regular levels. What do they provide you with then, though? What do they provide you with if they're not required? We ran into Hazel at Disneyland after BlizzCon last year. I guess that's true. I did get recognized at BlizzCon at Disneyland, but that was like right the day after BlizzCon, and a bunch of people that had also gone to BlizzCon were there. So I did get recognized at Disneyland, but that doesn't count. That's cheating. That's cheating. I'm sure if I went to Disneyland tomorrow, that I would be super incognito. Yeah, IPS monitors. These are two LG 4K IPS. I don't remember the exact model number, but they're slim bezel. I hate thick bezels. I really want it to be like almost edge to edge. It's nearly edge to edge. They look pretty good. Use the new $6,000 Apple monitors for gaming. Oh man. I like Macs. I like Mac OS a lot. I don't think they're very well set up for gaming, but gaming on a Threadripper, why though? I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna. Man, in the market for a new microphone, not a YouTuber or anything, just a regular schmo. Any recommendations? So, decide. I really like the idea of a desk mic for anybody because it's not attached to your face. It sounds better, you know. It's just, well, I don't know. But I've even when I'm not creating content, I really like just having this here. So it just depends on how good you want to sound versus how much you want to spend. You can spend $30 and get a USB mic on Amazon and stick it on your desk, and that'll do the job. And if you're just like on Discord or whatever, that'll be fine. Once you get up to like $50 or so, I would say look into the blue USB mics. They have a budget one, they must. And those will sound good and they'll work good. And that would do you. How was Classic? It was fun. It was fun. New sub, long-time WoW player. Glad I found your channel. Welcome, Greba. Hazel on one monitor, WoW on the other. One thing I do really want to set up at some point. Also, thanks guys. Also, I gotta open my chest. Okay. Green, blue. So those don't have a chance for a mount. These two do. So, no luck and no luck. Bummer. Thank you though. Got some gold. Get like 350 gold from doing that. Not too bad. Plus another 60 for the quest. Thanks, guys. I am going to go farm up another invasion. What was I saying? I was about to go on a big talking spree. I had something to say. Probably was not that important. Oh, don't have a stake in a specific game. Oh yeah, that was the Epic platform. I don't have a stake in the Epic platform. The store. I have tried David's tea. I think it's very pretty. It's well branded. It's very well marketed. Makes a nice gift. It's nice to drink. it's extremely overpriced for what it is. It's poor quality tea with additives. Like, I'm not saying like additives like scary chemical additives, but just like coconut husk and like other things that provide some flavor but aren't tea, but like bulk up the mass of the stuff so that they can sell you less actual tea. And then their actual tea, because the flavors are being masked by all those other things, does not have to be as high quality. So it's, if you enjoy it, that's great and there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm a little bit too much of a snob and also too cheap to really buy it myself anymore. But I used to love David's Tea in Canada before I became tea woke. Hope there's no level squish. Bezels are thick AF. I don't remember what on earth I was going to talk about. Too bad they're not coming to Gamescom. Had a hope they were going to invite you here. I don't know if, even if I got invited, I don't know if I would go. That's a big trip. That's a big trip. Like, I guess if the trip was paid for, and I don't think they would fly me out for something like that, even if I was there for some reason. Like, I think that would still be a me paying my own flight thing, and I don't know if I would go. That's a long ways. I've never been to Europe. I don't want to say I'm scared. I'm saying I'm apprehensive about traveling that far. Okay, I need to pick up the quest. I was in hiatus during VoD was current, never seen the scenario. Garrison invasions, there's different flavors of them. I'm gonna try the Socrathor's Rise. See if this one is any faster than the pit. But yeah, they're fine. It's kind of a neat thing. They tried it. I have 3 editors. One of them is better than me. I personally trained the other 2, so I trust they'll do what I want. Oh yeah, that doesn't sound like me at all. That does not sound like me one bit. Out of all of the mounts that you own, which one was hardest to obtain? Swift Razashi Raptor. Is that what it's called? The current Raptor from current Zul'Gurub was by far the hardest, just because I was unlucky with that one. Oh, I remember. It was not important at all. I was just gonna say that one thing that I want to set up in my eventual dream monitor setup. I'm cutting myself off because I bought enough monitors in the last 3 years. It's kind of out of hand. But if I ever get another Visa mountable monitor for my 3rd one over here, I really miss having a portrait mode monitor. I think that the ideal setup as a YouTuber and streamer anyways is 2 nice big horizontal monitors and 1 portrait mode. You stick your chat over here, you stick your video script over here, stick your Twitter feed over here if you want, stick YouTube comments. Like, there's so many things that I do that are better in portrait mode. And the only problem is that the monitor that I want to do that with, it's not Visa mountable, so I have it on an adapter that does not support portrait. The stand would do it, but the adapter would just dump the monitor, so it's going to have to wait until one day when I can finally talk myself into buying another monitor, because I bought too many. I have so many monitors. System in ESO is great. I like how you can see people in all the zones because of how leveling works. Interesting. Being a show that was terrible after the first season, Mr. Robot. I never finished, I did not finish Mr. Robot. I started it and I was like, oh, this is neat. And I don't think this is why I quit watching it. I don't think this is why I stopped, but my last memory of it is seeing his betta fish. He has a betta fish named like Gizmo or something. I don't remember the name, but it's in a very poor enclosure. It's in like a tiny tank with no filter, no apparent heater. It's like the quintessential, we're just gonna throw a fish in a thing, and I don't like that. It's not the only show to do that, and I just hate the normalization of just throwing a betta in a bowl and calling it a day. Because that's what makes people think it's okay to do that. I used to think it's okay to do that. I didn't know any better. And then I did, and then I got a take. Hazel tea woke confirmed. Ugh. It's more of a tea snob. I want to be very clear that there's nothing wrong with having whatever tea is good for you. You know, whatever. If it's your own diet. You're putting your own stuff in your own face. Make your own decisions. Don't let anybody being a woke snob, you know, make you feel bad about what you like. Congrats on all the Garrison resources. Why, thank you. I'm saving up for a big fat nothing. So this is fine. I bet you there's an area that has more concentrated mobs. This is way closer. This is way closer than the pit, but it's not going to be better if I can't find more concentrated things to kill. Spilling the tea on tea. Priest has an invasion. I already have all the mounts. She's just been holding on to it. Sure, for the next one. I'm like 23% of the way to this one, but I'll see if you're still around when I get to do the next one. Where's all the dudes at? I'm catching like 3 or 4 of them at a time. Is it weird that I'm just listening, not really watching? No, not at all. This particular stream has always been pretty conversation heavy. It's almost a podcast. It's like there's just enough gameplay that it would be weird to release it as a podcast, but it's almost a podcast. With just me. The pit can't be beat if your class has decent AoE. I see. Fancier tea for beginners, don't know where to shop, and it's too subjective to find good info online. I would start, like if you're a beginner, I would start with just loose leaf tea from your grocery store. There's like some affordable mid-range brands. Out here, there's this one called Rishi. They have like these tall, skinny tins of loose leaf tea, and it's like not as expensive as fancy tea online, but more expensive than Lipton in a box. And those are a nice one to start with. Just like pick something where you think the art looks nice or it sounds good, and then see if you like it and go from there. Do you camp Pandaria world bosses? Not really. I swing by them every now and then. Less so now that I'm no longer farming. Less so lately. It's just like like most of my mount run farming is done on stream, and it's an awkward thing to do on stream, especially because all of my alts are mostly on the same server, so I have to contend with the respawn time. And if something doesn't fit into stream gameplay, there's a good chance I'm not keeping up with it. Short, medium, long. You're really covering your bases there. Dungeons or raid to farm mounts from. I mean, short, medium, or long. I like, same answer that I gave last week. Strathholm for the Rivendare's Death Charger. Also, just the Cataclysm dungeons, like Vortex Pinnacle and Stonecore, don't take that long to do a run. You can go through those pretty quick. And then raids, Nixie's Lair. Nice one. Also, I have Eternity. That's another good one. 2 mounts out of there. Very quick raid to farm. Just like the one area. You don't have to run everywhere. It's good. Do you have all the mop rep mounts? No. I am missing from the Throne of Thunder. I am missing the Kirin Tor, whatever they're called. Their rep mount, there's like a dire horn, and then I also don't have the Emperor Xiao Hao mount. I have the rest of them, but those 2 specifically I'm missing. Okay, so, well, that's Socrates Rise. Now we can head back. My Hearthstone's off cooldown, which is nice. I was washing dishes earlier and listening. I do the headphones and stream listening lately. Lately I've been trying to dip into more Twitch streams to see other streamers and get to know them and hang out and just like enjoy streams. And I find that I don't want to, especially if I've been chatting, I then feel like I don't want to step away from the stream, because what if they reply to something that I said? I don't want to miss it. So my headphones are wireless, so I can just like keep them on and get up and go do other things, and that's kind of what I've been doing lately. Same way I do the pit, more mobs to kill, just thought Soccer Throws was closer. It was definitely way faster to get there. I think the pit's just, it's pretty close. Okay, so I'm going to grab 2 people who would like to come along. 110 plus, and you will get a chance at a couple bounce. She has 4 invasions available? Dang. Alright, well we can save some time in the next few. Actually, part of me is excited that I get to share these ones with you guys, and it would be like one less spot, especially because you don't need the mounts anymore. I might keep farming them. I don't really mind doing it on stream. Made my first cold brew teas and addicted now. Thank you for enlightening me. Your world has expanded. There are so many different types of tea you can try cold brewing. It's so fun. The green and oolong ones are like really refreshing. Like an iced cold brewed oolong tea is so nice. Do you have all classes maxed? I don't, actually. I have doubles of some and none of others. I am typically lacking in melee classes, so I don't have a maxed out Demon Hunter. I don't actually have that many 120s. I have 6 120s now, and 2 of them are mages and 2 of them are priests. So I'm missing a lot of classes from 120, but Demon Hunter is the only one that I don't have at all. My DK is still 110. I I think. Up to you, just an offer. I appreciate the thought. It's very sweet. Bunch of quests, so I suspect I have many invasions backed up. Yeah, you can proc them without doing the quest if you just, like, anger those groups of things enough. If you just anger those things enough by killing their mobs. So you can join my garrison. Go to your garrison, right-click your portrait, and enter leader garrison. I believe that's how it's done. 20k timeless coins between me and that mount. Oh yeah, I think there's a PvP one too, isn't there? I think if I look, let's see, timeless. Get on my Foxnet real quick. Timeless Isle. Yeah, okay, yeah, so I'm missing 3 then. Because I don't have the Ash-eyed Mushan Beast. I definitely don't have that one. So those are the 2 from Timeless Isle. And then I'm also missing the Golden Primal Direhorn. So there's 3 mounts I could get from that. Okay, we are all here. I shall start it up. Haven't seen a Shadow Moon one in a while. I've been doing nothing but Iron Horde invasions. What did you drink before tea? Water. I started drinking tea when I was like 12. I've been a tea drinker for a long time. Water, juice. My grandmother had these juice in like foil packets, like pouches. Those are pretty cool. I love a good juice box. I don't think they're very environmentally sustainable though. Do you still need a merch idea? Hit me with it. What do you got? What you got? How does one get into streaming? There's 2 ways to approach that. There's like the technical answer, which is download OBS, look up some tutorials and get yourself set up with a Twitch account or a YouTube account, and then, like, you know, input your stream key, sort out your sources. Like, I have a beginner's guide to OBS that'll help you with the basics of it. So there's a technical answer, and then there's like the more comprehensive answer of like how do I stream? Like what do I do? And that's really up to you. I was teabagged once, not fun. Personal opinion. Some people like it. I think some people secretly like it. Making it from tea bags right now. Looking forward to buying some leaves. One step closer to becoming tea woke. Yeah, you never have to completely leave tea bags behind. I still have tea bags in my cupboard, although I'll admit I have not been hitting those. I haven't been hitting the tea bags as hard lately, bro. I don't know what's wrong with me, because coffee is filling that need for me. Like tea bags, like cheap bag tea was filling that like comforting high caffeine morning thing. And for me, that's just coffee now. Have fun doing invasions. Good luck. Way past my bedtime. See you later. See you later. Trying to start streaming when too nervous to commit. I get that. I get that. I don't know if I can say anything aside from just go for it. You know? Keep your info safe, because, you know, you go, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is somebody finds out where you live and they're mad, and that's not good. So keep your info safe. Basic digital safety. But outside of that, go for it. Even, like, figure out what you want from it. And even if you don't get what you, like, figure out what you want so that you're not disappointed when you don't get something that you didn't know that you wanted. If that makes any sense. Like, if you go into it and you have an expectation, even if you're not aware of it, it can be disappointing if you don't immediately reach those goals. But even if you don't get to where you want to get, you're still probably going to learn something. And learning, always good, also helps you in weird places, you know? You might learn some good lessons. I don't know what. Merch idea. Tea leaves in the shape of a squirrel or your pets. Now that is a unique one. That is a unique one. I don't think I can design that on Teespring. Interesting idea. I don't hate it. I don't see it, but I don't hate it. Hey Hazel, just joined. How are you? Doing great, doing great. Having a nice relaxing time. This is a very low gameplay WoW stream. Nice thing about Invasions is you don't actually have to do anything. Catching up with you guys. Having some caffeine-free tea. Should Google what teabagging means, perhaps don't. Old Garrison invasions. Maybe we could get him out. I got a couple of tries. Oh man, Teespring. I see what you did there. How did I not think of that? I'm just leaving good jokes on the table out here. I think my account is Shadowband or something. 1,691 tries in Zilgrub. Still not one of those 2 mounts. Ooh, I'm trying to think of a good explanation for that. There's only the one difficulty. You're definitely on the right difficulty. I think you're just phenomenally unlucky. It could be emotionally good for me. Being home alone all the time sucks sometimes. Yes. I don't know if it's healthy, but that's exactly what I do. I stream, first of all, because it's part of the whole YouTuber experience. Second of all, because it's fun. And third of all, because I'm deeply lonely, and this is a very good way for me to have a point in my day. It's kind of like a lunch day. It's kind of like saying, oh, you know, I have plans to talk to people later. It's okay. I'm not completely alone in the world, you know, especially because you guys are really chill and also mesh with a lot of my interests. So if I have an experience and I share it with you guys, there's a chance that a bunch of you can relate to that. And that can be very cathartic. And possibly, like, I think I have a concern that the stream is enabling me to not push myself to expand my social life. I just don't, I don't see myself expanding my social life. I don't see myself, like, making my own local friends. I probably should. I just don't see it happening. So I make do with streaming, and it does work pretty good. Why are you doing Legion invasions? These are Draenor invasions. They're even better. There are 4 potential mounts that can come from this, and I own 2 of them, so I still need 2 more mounts. I'm looking for the Giant Cold Snout or the Shadowhide Pearl Tusk. These 2. Trying to get some mounts. 1 lockout per character per week. Hi Hazel, what did I miss? So at the beginning of the stream, I turned in my Llothien Prowler quest and was reunited. Reunited? I was united. I was, for the first time ever, united with my fox mount. Feels real good. It's so cute. Love that. So we got that. We've been chatting and doing Garrison invasions ever since. You get to meet people, maybe even one that becomes good friends. Portrait monitor is great for popping at YouTube chat. Can see a good minute plus of chat. Exactly. I used to have that and I miss it now. It's really nice for that. How does one go about unlocking Draenor invasions? Guide for you. Step 1. Be level 110 plus, ideally 120 because then the invasion will scale up. Step 2. You need a level 3 garrison. Assuming that you level through Draenor, you may have a level 2 garrison, in which case you will need 2,000 garrison resources and 2,000 gold. The gold is your problem, but the garrison resources you can get just by going back to your garrison stash and picking it up every couple of days for like a week. It caps at 500, so you'll need to go back and do that a couple times over the course of a week or so, but you don't have to actually work for it, so that's okay. Once you have your level 3 garrison, you want to trigger an invasion. The easiest way to do that is to go talk to your garrison quartermaster dude and buy a scouting mission. Complete that, and that will trigger an invasion. Now, you do not have to do any of this if you have friends that are willing to do it for you, because you can join their invasion and get chances at the stuff even without having a leveled up garrison yourself. But if you want to do it yourself, and you can solo them just fine, you don't need friends, you can just share, then you need your own level 3 garrison, which is 2k and 2,000 or garrison resources. Pretty easy, though. If you can live without real-life friends, you can do without. Don't let society pressure you into doing things you don't want to do. I think that's a good point, but I do think I miss having real-life friends. I've had a couple of different friend groups, and I do miss that. Especially now that I'm, like, out here and a little more isolated, and I can't complain about that. It's entirely my own fault. I have brought this on myself, but, like, I'll see friends post on Instagram with each other in groups that I'm no longer part of because I left. And that hurts a lot. I'm not saying that they're doing it at me. They're certainly not. It's nice to see that they're doing good, but I do miss having friends. Maybe one day when I get older and a little more established, and especially if I ever get myself a driver's license in my own car, then I can I don't know, take like a class or something. I feel like I could make friends in a class maybe, or at the very least have a little more human contact if I was taking some, like, class or, like, a community band. Play trumpet in some community band. That might be nice one day. But I would need to, you know, learn how to drive, have a car, because this is America. And also have the time for it, which I'm really, really a little tight for time lately. Grats, you got your fox? Thanks, Deborah. Quite excited. This is not how you pour a pot of tea. This is not teapot pouring posture, but it did work. How does one go about unlocking these friends? You mentioned them. As an adult, I don't know anymore. I met all my friends at either school or work, and now I don't go to school and I work for myself alone at home and I'm out. That's all I had. Or through, like, or you meet a dating partner, which you can do outside of those things. There's apps for that. And then you meet their friends, assuming that they have friends. Not quite the same, but does work. Help that worker? Oh. Come along, buddy. It's almost out of time. Friends, what are those? Buy the resources off the auction house. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. That's neat. After the age of 30, people don't make any new friends regardless of their personality. Science fact. I think that's probably because they've already met everybody at their job if they have one. And then they're not being put into new social situations where you might make friends. I don't think that somebody over 30 is incapable of making friends. I just think that their lives have kind of settled to a point that they're not naturally meeting new people. And especially, like, if they already have friends and they're established with that, they're not going to be really looking for new ones. So even if they meet somebody, they'll be happy to make an acquaintance, but they're not going to, like, put in the effort to make a new friend. This is all guessing. I am not an expert in friend science, otherwise I would have some. Why do you stream on YouTube versus Twitch? I do both now because I couldn't pick. Because I was confused. Because of everybody asking me that. Perfectly understandable. Okay, so you have a chance for a amount to drop from not the green and blue caches. Those ones are just stuff, but the purple. These are the two purple ones. So this one, no luck. And this one, transmog, but otherwise no luck. So thanks, guys. And I have, I think, at least a couple more garrisons to do. Appreciate the help. Any luck? Oh, sorry. That'd be an active hobby or a yoga group. That would be a nice thing one day if I could drive. Also, I would need to be in a situation where my dog can be left alone, which he cannot be right now. And I think it's bad manners to take your dog to your yoga class. Something like Tinder, but for friends. The problem is there's like friend settings on like Tinder and whatever. I think that's originally what Bumble was for. But any site that's like that always ends up being about dating. Like, it can start out as the most innocent, friends-focused app ever, and it's gonna turn into something about hookups. That's just what happens. A local group to play D&D with? That would be dope. That would be super sick. Would also take a good amount of time, but that would be really cool. I haven't looked. I'm kind of having my social needs mostly met by streaming, which I acknowledge might not be healthy, but it is working. And then, also, having no social life really lets me make YouTube videos and stream, especially if I'm going to start streaming 6 days a week. I don't think you can, I mean, I'm sure some superhuman out there does it, but streaming 6 days a week and putting out regular YouTube videos and having a social life and a marriage, that's the other thing, is I am married. I should talk to him once in a while. It's pretty good for the world, you know. It's a good thing to do. It's recommended. You know, they say you should in books. I don't know where I was going with that joke, but it sounds bad now that I've said it. It's a joke. Where am I doing? I'm going to my trainer Garrison. Can't wait for another streaming service to start up. Go whole hog stream on Mixer. Oh man. Just wait until people start coming into my YouTube chat or like my stream chat and just being like, why don't you stream on Periscope? Have you heard of Facebook Live? Twitch and YouTube on the same time. It comes up a lot. It's a common suggestion. I think I agree with the thing that you said, which is I think it would be too overwhelming to keep up with two chats. The other drawback to that is if I became a Twitch partner, which I'm going for, I'm hoping for that. If I become a Twitch partner, that does not allow you to simultaneously restream. You can bring your dog to yoga. There's dog yoga like goat yoga. Goat yoga. Okay, forget dog yoga. I'm getting a goat and bringing it to goat yoga. Yeah. Yeah. Bring Joker to play D&D. That actually would be a thing. Like I could bring a dog bed. If we're just like sitting at a table talking about elves for 6 hours, he'll just take a nap. He would just sleep. Don't see Joker enjoying it. As long as he's convinced that nothing scary is happening. Like, we used to bring him... My husband used to play Magic with his friends, so we would both go over there, and they would play Magic, and I would be real bored. And we would bring the dog. The dog would just... Like, we'd just bring the dog bed. Dog just hangs out. Doesn't mind. Hello, yes, I am social engagement. Comic shop does weekly D&D. Look for D&D online. I want to play. It's been a long time. I'd also feel a little... I need to work through some stuff for that, because the last time I played D&D, I was... First of all, I was there as the girlfriend of an existing campaign member, which is always an awkward position to be in. And secondly, I was learning the game, but I was brand new to the game and had never played a tabletop RPG before. So I was struggling to keep up with, not what was going on, but I was struggling to keep up with the rules. So I would want to make sure that I was really comfortable with the basics before I put myself, especially into a new group. Discovered a pet you may or may not have. It's the Dust Bunny. That's a good one. I did get that. Only bunny with a power speed breed. Too much social anxiety to go to a local place where I don't know anybody. It's so scary to walk into a room, like a party or a situation like that where you don't know anybody. It'd be easier if you could drag somebody along with you, but then the temptation is to just socialize with whoever you brought. Local comic shop has D&D nights? I don't know where my closest local comic shop is, actually. I used to live over one back when I lived in Canada. That was sick. That was good. Also, I lost a lot of money. I spent a good amount of money at that comic shop. I don't even read comic books. I didn't even buy comic books. I bought Magic cards, which is funny because I never really got into playing. I tried it. I bought Magic cards. I bought a lot of WoW TCG cards. That was my main comic book store expense. That was before they discontinued the WoW TCG, and I was trying so desperately to make my friends play with me, so I would buy them all decks and stuff. And then I was kind of obsessed with organizing and storing my collection, so I bought like card boxes and sleeve protectors and stuff like that. Yeah. Back when I really wanted to play D&D, people thought it was satanic. Somebody must have made a tabletop RPG that is actually like satanic themed, just for fun. Somebody must have done that. Oh, Goat Yoga provides you with goats. You don't even have to bring your goat. Why can't you leave your dog alone? He has some serious separation anxiety, so he will both be in great distress, which is not good, but he will also scream bloody murder continuously until you get back, and you can't leave him at home. You'll get evicted. You've got neighbors. It's a rough time, so we just don't leave him alone. We either take him with us or one of us stays home, or we board him. We like board him at like a dog daycare. You could get a group and play D&D and then stream. I would watch it. Oh man, I don't know if I'd ever stream. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say I don't know if I'd ever, because and you never know what I'm gonna do. I'm a crazy whippersnapper out here. But I would feel so awkward. Even just recording video content that has other people in it. I'm already trying to brainstorm and think of like how I want to lay out my BlizzCon videos this year. And one of the videos that I want to do is like the more fun side of it, like the travel vlog that sort of like shows, like that lets people that can't go to BlizzCon but wish they could live vicariously through somebody going to BlizzCon. So I want to show like, you know, I went to a party, there were some people here, or like I did this thing and that thing and met these people. And I'm going to need to have other people in it. And that whole concept just makes me so uncomfortable. Not because I'm worried that they're going to be weird, but because I'm worried that it's just like, it's one thing to accept that you're opening yourself up to being on the internet, and it's entirely another thing to open somebody else up to that. And you can ask permission, and I would ask permission, but still, like, you know, it's a weird thing to do. And it's the reason why I am the only person in 99.8% of my content. Just so I don't have to make that decision for anybody else. Do you miss Tim Hortons? Yeah, I do. Tim's isn't great. Hang on, let me back that up. Tim's isn't the best thing out there. Tim's is a little overrated, but it's a cultural thing. It's also very affordable, or at least it was when I was there. Like, as far as fast food goes, that's not like fried fast food, donuts aside. It was like a really affordable, like snacky, lunchy, breakfasty place that had just a lot of beverage options. There was one everywhere. I've never in my life in Canada lived very far from Tim Hortons, especially once I moved closer to like town. I had a Tim Hortons by my house. I had a Tim Hortons by my work. I had one right by my friends' places. Like there was always one like a 4-minute walk away. And I used to get bagels for lunch when I was at work. I would get their steeped tea. It was the only place that would serve just like a tea that I could actually stand. As in like a fast food kind of setting, I would get their steeped tea. You get ice caps in the summer. It's not health food. It's absolutely not health food, and I can't really speak to the coffee, but I do miss Tim Hortons. Show up to D&D with the goat. That's for the satanic version. You have to bring your own goat for that. But it's okay, because it's just like fake satanic D&D. The goat's gonna be okay. Nobody's hurting the goat. They're just there for friends. Vlog BlizzCon. I'm just so uncomfortable with, like, especially, like, the other thing is, like, recording in public. Oh my god. How do people do that? How, don't they, like, I know people do that, and they, like, people do feel awkward about it, and people will judge you for vlogging in public, and I know people do it anyways, but oh my god. Especially, like, I don't think I would vlog in an airport. I think the whole Ice Poseidon thing really killed that for everybody. But just, like, imagining myself walking around in public where people can see me talking to a camera. I can barely talk to a camera in my office with the door closed with my husband in the next room because I know he can kind of still hear me. I can barely do that. I don't know, man. Or, like, people, like, I see people that record YouTube videos that clearly have somebody else in the room just doing something else, or, like, they'll be doing their video thing and then somebody will, like, interject something from across the room because they're, like, all hanging out together. And that's just such a foreign concept to me. I wish I had that energy. I wish I was that, like, laid back and confident and believed in myself and thought that what I was doing was normal and not weird. Oh my god. Stream BlizzCon on Periscope. Oh. There's been content of you with other people. I mean, there's like the odd husband cameo. He's in a couple. And then back on Twitch, I used to stream with other people in the call. For Arena. So there are some Arena VoDs on my YouTube channel, really old ones, be warned, they contain mature language, that have me playing with other people. Oh, Tim Horton the goat? There's a goat called Tim Horton? Oh yeah, Canadian, yeah, it's a Canadian chain, like, fast food place. They do, like, coffee, donuts, bagels, soups, chili? Hot chocolate? While you stream, your fish are judging you? Is he up right now? Is he up? Is he sitting? Having a set. I tested his water today because I noticed his back fin was looking a little ragged, and that irritates me because his water tested clean. It's there he is. He's fully cycled, he's been active, he's been eating well. Temperatures are stable, plants are good. Parameters are stable, but he does have a little bit of fin rot, so I think I'm going to do some extra water changes, and then if it doesn't get better, I will add... I gotta decide what I want to use to treat that with. Usually just clean water, but he has clean water, so I don't know why it happened. Shut up, I'm about to make a video. Oh, man. Like, if I had, like, I feel like if you're friends with other people that also do that, they get it. Like, I feel like I could be around another YouTuber who's currently making a video and it wouldn't be super weird. Maybe not. Maybe it would be weird. I don't know. True, yeah. I've guessed it on podcasts. That's true. That's, like, not on my channel, but I have been on Wowhead Weekly twice now. Very sweet of them to have me on. I have been on the Dark Moon Herald recently. I've done other podcasts in the past before that. Ryland has a video about goats. They do goat yoga in that. I'm gonna have to look this up. Would doing Mythic Keystones each week help with getting my gear up? What I also need to do more? I think Mythic Keystones is a pretty good way to get your item level up. I think that's your best bet for getting high item level gear before the patch. I wouldn't stress out about it too much because there's going to be a gear bump with the patch, and there's going to be catch-up gear in the patch. So unless you, like, if you can do your 10 key every week and get a piece out of the chest every week, then do that. But don't sweat it too much. I would be willing to put my money on the cat being the judgmental one. Yeah, I'd believe that. I'd believe that. Also, some of the fish have more attitude than others. Like this one, the betta that's on camera now, Chen, he is very friendly. He wants to hang out with me. He doesn't look like he's judging me. My Bolivian ram in the other room, he's got attitude. He will stare at you. I think he's just trying to beg for food, but like he looks so mean doing it because he's kind of got like a serious face. He's got the most attitude of any fish I have. He's great. Not sure I could vlog. I've never vlogged a D&D game all the adult language. There's plenty of streams that fully embrace adult language. I would say most of them. I would say 80% of streams, just ballparking a figure, have adult language. Immature language. But, so yeah, that would be fine as long as you stream new. Tim's is making a vegan sausage breakfast sandwich now. Is it good? Is it any good? Okay, we're almost ready to start up our next invasion. I'll get that going. And then probably AFK real quick, just while we're getting it started. WoW is adult language? Yeah. It's a funny moment where I'm like reading a WoW quest or something, or doing something in WoW, where it's a funny moment where I'm doing that and then something happens in the game. They say something that I wouldn't really say on stream anymore, and that's always really funny. It's a little awkward. Alright. Starting a group, same thing. Hi, I'm Hazel. Taking 2, looking for a 110 plus. And you'll have a chance at some mounts. I don't use mature language. I'm very immature. Yeah, I don't like to say mature language because I'm certainly not using it maturely. 1 and 2. Thank you all for your interest. Bolivian ram sounds so bad. Yeah, he's sick. He's a cichlid, so he's like the most aggressive fish in the tank. But Bolivians are not like bullying aggressive. They're just like attitude aggressive. Like they know they're on top. They don't need you to tell them. They don't need to like show other fish that really. They're just like swimming around like knowing other things you're gonna get out of their way. He never ever bothers the Corridoras, which is funny because they're all on the bottom of the tank. But he'll if the gourami gets in his way, like if he's eating a piece of food and the gourami like starts to go for it, he'll headbutt her in the side. Nobody's hurt, you know. She's a school bus of a fish, but he'll let her know. Vegan is a Greek word that means not good. Oh no. I like vegan food whenever I have it, especially like my mom makes really good vegan food these days. They were not, they were all meat eating. My family was all meat eating when I was growing up and I was a pescatarian. I just want to put it out there that I did it first. Kidding, but not really. But ever since I left, they've all gone vegan. Like everybody's vegan now. And my mom is a dope vegan cook. She makes some lovely fish. Fish? Food. Dishes. She probably makes some fish, but she doesn't eat it much anymore. Sounds like a band name, Sassy Fish. Okay. I will get it started, and then I will be right back. No, that's wrong. Sorry. Oh, I gotta turn it in over here. Why did I buy another one? What am I doing? Pardon me. Stand by. I am rectifying the situation. Fish are friends, not food. For me, fish are friends and food, just not the same fish. Don't mix up the fish, the friend fish from the food fish. Although we did see a tilapia at the fish store, the aquarium pet store. We saw a tilapia there. It was a weird day. It was beating up an Oscar fish. They had to like take the Oscar fish out because the tilapia was just like kicking its butt. And I'm like, who gets a tilapia? Somebody must, otherwise they wouldn't have one. But who keeps a tilapia? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go sit in town square, and then I'll be right back. This should progress just fine without me, but I will still be back shortly. Here, I'll go this view so you can maybe sort of kind of see a fish. I should turn on the AC. We'll see if it can escape from behind that curtain. It's 85 in here, which is a little warm. Teeny tiny bit warm. Oh, did I not follow the sergeant enough? Oh, sorry. 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 Cat stream disappointed. Cat is in the dog bed right now. She is having a nap. Trying the vegan thing once in a while. I love bacon and steak too much to commit. Even eating meatless some of the time, or just like reducing your meat instead of eliminating it, is good for... It's good for something. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert, but good for the environment at the very least. I don't know. I can't speak to the ethics, and I can't really speak to the health effects, but I can tell you that raising animals for meat, not super environmentally friendly. Fish stream's good too. Tilapia would be better in an aquarium than on a plate. I keep reading tilapia recipes, and they're all like, a delightful white fish that takes on the characteristics. I've told this story before. The characteristics of whatever you choose to adorn it with. So we're going to do a really simple butter, lemon, garlic sauce. And I'm like, wow, that sounds good. And I make it, and you drench this fish in butter, lemon, and garlic. And it still tastes like garbage. It's just awful. It's just not good. I thought vegan meant bad hunter. Oh, man. I don't usually like fake meat products. And I think that's just because one of the reasons I don't eat meat is because I don't like meat. I understand that if you ate meat, or if you liked meat, but you wanted to eat less of it for health reasons, or ethical reasons, or environmental reasons, that it would make sense for you to try and have, like, a meatless burger, or a meatless chicken thing, or whatever. That's not actually chicken, but just tastes like chicken. But if you stopped eating chicken because you didn't want to eat chicken, it would be very weird to then go and eat fake chicken, which is even worse. Hi Hazel, hope you're well. How's the game? 8-2 out. Sup, Paz? Nope. No patch yet. I'm doing great. I'm good. No patch yet. It's quite surprising. It's late. It's real late. We don't even have a date yet. Probably like 25th or the 2nd now, but I keep picking dates and I keep being wrong. So maybe I should just stop picking dates. I think I'm jinxing it. Yeah, I've been good. I've been streaming on Twitch a little bit. I started that up again. BF and I are both watching you stream. How you guys doing? Any cool weekend plans? Hopefully the weather's tolerable. It's been, we had 2 really warm days. It was hot yesterday, and one of our ACs was down. Tilapia soup. Oh, I don't wanna. My cat's claws are growing, like now? Like as you see them? I feel so very blessed that I can get away with cleaning, or with trimming my cat's nails at home. I know not all cats will allow you to do that, and I'm just really glad that ours will put up with us touching her feet enough to get her nails trimmed. If it, yikes, my typing. If it's on the 25th, it'll be my birthday. I appreciate that. That was a very relatable comment string. Also, happy early birthday. Somebody else was saying that too, I think. Somebody else was saying, yeah, Joe, it's gonna be your birthday too. Getting hungry for a nice baked lemon pepper salmon with some broccoli. I think I burned out on lemon pepper. I think that, like, that was one of the key flavor profiles that my family used to make food growing up, and it was just one of those meals. No shade on my parents. They did great. They did a great job. But, one of those meals that just, like, you come away feeling like, wow, that was boring. It would be like, and maybe this is why I stopped eating meat, but they would serve, like, white rice, broccoli, lemon pepper chicken. You know, I'm sure you can find it in many a fitness guru's meal prep box these days. It's a healthy thing to eat. Good balanced meal for your kids. I'm not shading them. It was just so boring that I both went off chicken and lemon pepper forever. 103 the past couple days here in SoCal. Yep. Summer's happening. I mean, summer's not here yet, but it's basically here. Birthday, not the mount. What are we talking about? I missed something. Twitch, follow you there? Thanks, dude. Twitch.tv/HazelNuttyGames. I have a new stream schedule. I'm going to try and stream 6 days a week. I think that's a mistake, but I want to make it and find out. That's how it sounds sad, how I feel about pasta with red sauce. Everyone seems to love it, but I'm just bored by it. Yeah, actually. I like pasta with tomato sauce if it's a really good tomato sauce, like a fresh homemade tomato sauce. But I think I also burned out, like pasta with red sauce, I think I also burned out on that one as like a young adult / child. Because now if I'm making pasta, I'm making mac and cheese with a homemade cheese sauce. I like a good Alfredo sauce. Time has not dulled me of that love yet. But I'll mix in, you know, you get your cheese flavors, your broccoli flavors, sometimes like a spicy thing going on, sometimes like a pesto thing going on. But just like straight up jarred tomato sauce, I think I'm over it, which is sad because my husband still wants it. Hot weather last week, now we have 80s, so happy. I just have my fingers crossed that the bedroom AC keeps it up. It's a little finicky, but then you like go online looking at ACs and AC reviews, and you know, sometimes you just want the demon that you have and not the demon that you don't know that might burn down your house. Wouldn't say it's a mistake until you try. Could be a blessing. I'm hoping that, paradoxically, and yes, this is the stream of obnoxiously and unnecessarily long words. Paradoxically, I'm hoping that streaming more and on more days will make me more productive outside of a stream. Because it's a deadline, it's a thing, it's a marker for my day. I find that, but originally I toned down my streaming because I used to stream often, and originally I toned it down and I pulled it back so that I could spend more time making YouTube videos, which was and still continues to be my main focus. But I'm not effectively spending enough of my time making YouTube videos. Like, my days kind of run together in just a long seam of you haven't spoken to anybody or put makeup on in 4 days since your last stream. So I'm thinking that maybe the regularity of a schedule with streaming might help me establish a regular schedule in terms of everything else. I'm hoping that it will help, and it won't, like... The flip side of that is I just get into this habit of being like, well, I stream for 3 hours, done for today, going back to bed, bye, and like not doing anything else. That's a danger. Need to keep an eye on that. Yeah. Half and half red and white sauces. Is that good? I've never tried that. Oh, meat sauce. Take bets on how long it takes you to burn out on streaming. You can certainly start a pool. I won't judge you. It's a valid concern. I don't think I'll burn out on streaming as long as I can realize that I'm going to be kind of boring sometimes, and if you guys are on board with that too, and we can just have some streams that are just kind of, I mean, not that this is exactly, like, lit, but, you know, if we could just get into, like, a good rhythm where we don't always have to be talking, you know, sometimes we're just driving in a car going the same way, and it's okay to look out the window a little bit. If I can get used to that, then I'm totally fine to, stream more, I think. I don't know. Have you ever tried a creamless Alfredo sauce? No. What on earth would they use instead of cream? Parmesan crusted tilapia is good? Maybe if you had like a really good cut of fish. Maybe I've just been buying the wrong fish. But I've tried that before and it was good. Like the Parmesan crust was good. But then you can kind of taste the fish inside and you're like, oh no, that's garbage. I have central air. I cannot live without my big unit. That's one of my goals in life now. Since having moved down here, I would love to do well enough in life for myself to have a home with central air. That would be delightful. There's a lot of issues with the window ACs. I love the window ACs because they're AC, and this place didn't come with any, so before we got AC, we just died. It was just horrible and inhumane here in the summer. It would just be like 30, 40 degrees in here for days at a time. It wouldn't cool down. It's bad for us, bad for the animals, bad idea. I love the ACs. I love the ACs. But central air would be dope. Even bacon can't save tilapia. All for just hanging out and chatting. 6 streams a week, beyond happy. We'll see what we can do. Give it a go. Butter, pasta, water, and parm? Pasta and water, or pasta water? Like the water you boiled. I don't want to talk about pasta too much because then my guildies make fun of the way I say it, and I don't want them to find out. I don't want them to bully me. No bully. Cod's one of my favorite fish. Yeah, cod and halibut are delightful. Those are the 2 types of fish that you'll typically see in fish and chips places up in Canada. And I've never had fish and chips in Britain, so I can't tell you what they do it like. They're the ones that would know. But I've had like fish and chips at like British style fish and chips shops in Canada. Like in British Columbia, you know, the word British is in the name. Someone probably tried. And that's pretty good. I've never had good fish and chips here. I'm sure it exists, but it's probably harder to find. Any luck? No luck. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna do a little quick lap around Pandaria world bosses on my mage alt and see if we can't catch any of them up. Oh, olive oil. Oh, okay. I want to like fish. You mean like as a pet in an aquarium or as a food source? Both good things. Just don't mix them up. What am I doing? Where am I going? Where am I? Oh, yeah. That's right. I fished cod before. I can't eat it now. Why are they cute? Only fish and chips I like is from New England. BC, Canada. Yeah, Victoria-ish. Vancouver Island. I love your accent. I'm just from Canada. It's not that exotic. And, like, I'm kind of self-conscious now that what if it's not... Actually, I've already killed that guy today. I know he's up, but I've already killed him today. Have I killed Death Talon? I can't remember if I'm locked out on Death Talon today. I have this character parked out here for this reason. This is the only place I can really manage to catch them. I think I might have... No, I didn't kill Death Talon. I killed Vengeance. I think I'll have a chance at this one. This is kind of a pipe dream of a Mount Farm. Yeah, but now I'm about the pasta thing. Now I'm self-conscious that what if I just say it wrong because either my family says it wrong or I'm just dumb and started saying it wrong and now it's just a me thing. I think it's my accent, but I don't know. What if I'm just stupid? What if everybody bullying me was right? You know? Alright. I really hope that I haven't killed this yet today. I should really keep track. Do you need to have friends? No. I should read the rest of the comment. You do not need to have friends for the invasion. You can do the invasion perfectly fine by yourself. Very easy to solo. You still don't need to do anything, and you have an equal chance at the mount. You just want to get a platinum score, which is 1300 plus. Okay, I did need to kill that one, but I did not get what I was looking for. Bummer. Alright, I'm going to go to Pandaria. A very strong Southern Belle accent. Walk the dog, he'll make the first move, people will approach you to talk. I can have like small talk conversations out in public. It's 9 times out of 10 either about the dog or my hair. But those conversations don't continue, and I don't know if I'd want them to. Usually we'll talk, they'll ask what kind of dog it is, I'll tell them, and then if they have any other questions I answer them, otherwise I usually keep going. Usually like I'm on a walk. If I'm out and I'm with my dog, usually I'm walking somewhere, I have a goal. Say it the British way, you're fine? Okay. That would make sense. I'm Canadian, but my great-grandparents, most of my great-grandparents are from England, so I'm not that far removed. I'm still Canadian. I'm not going to try and tell you I'm British. I'm not. I'm Canadian. But great-grandma, I had a great-grandma Ruby, and I had a great-grandma... The other one I didn't meet, but she was definitely from England. What you described is how I feel about COD. Why are you trying to meet people? Aren't you married? I am married. I just don't have any friends. And that's also a tough thing. If you're trying to make friends, it's kind of hard to do so online for a woman specifically in a relationship, but just in general, because a lot of people assume that you're trying to engage romantically. And if you're not, you're going to cause some confusion. Even if you're very clear. Sometimes people think you're just saying that. So, it looks like Galleon is not up, so I guess I'm just going to turn this ship around and head north. Watching the VoD earlier when you were farming the Maddened Chaos Runner, tried it and got them out first try, congratulations. Also, Lucid Nightmare, nice. Very nice. Husband is American, how did international dating work for you? It was long distance, and then it was very expensive when it came time to immigrate. It worked out for me, but I don't really recommend it. You can probably find somebody real good in your home country. Not looking for a man. True. Want to thank you for giving me the courage to try islands. Wasn't as bad as I expected. They're really fun. You're a popular person, so you'll end up with people trying to get into that sort of thing? What do you mean? You think people are gonna try and like be clout chase friends with me? They want the sick Warcraft YouTube audience. We're so hip and with it and lit. Hundo P Dog. I don't ever assume. My assumption is that nobody has to know in real life. Like online, I guess it might come up. So I'm cautious about making online friends. But in person, nobody has to know, and if they're gonna know, they don't have to understand. I talk about it as little as humanly possible because it's just a weird thing. Wait, you're not trying to engage us romantically? Busted. My family is primarily Scots, but we're a mishmash beyond that. Thought of giving away spots for Mythic Plus keys on stream? I haven't really considered that. We don't really do a lot of Mythic Plus. I'm not confident enough in my abilities to play effectively while streaming to be able to do any kind of a reasonable key level. Also, that also kind of banks on having a group. So it would be less, I give away free runs through these keys, and it would be more, anybody want to run keys with me, because I don't come with a group of people looking to do it. Fake friends, don't underestimate how awful people can be. I don't think I have any of those yet, but that's probably because I don't make new friends mostly. Oh man. I do think that's one of the reasons why people, not talking about me, but like, personalities online will often make friends with other personalities over like people from their chat, is because that if you have a similar size platform, it's not just because they think you're only worth talking to if you're famous, although I'm sure somebody thinks like that, but generally speaking, if you have a similar size platform, you're on a similar level, like online, then you at least have some kind of assurance that they're not, I mean, they might be still hanging out with you to like try and access your audience, but at least they're not trying to do so in a one-sided way. It's like a weird thing to explain, but I do get it. Although I do think that also, as a streamer, I think streamers can be a little neurotic. If you knew exclusively streamers, that would be a weird day. If you get key grips together on stream, I'm there. Now I feel catfished. Hazel tanking Mythic Plus. Oh man. Remember when I used to have a fantasy about gearing up a tank ult and then tanking raid pugs with the stream? God. I want to work on my leadership skills. I don't think I have any natural leadership skills. I am uncomfortable telling other people what to do, and I will instantly defer to somebody that sounds like they have more authority than me, even if I know better than them. So I feel like raid leading would be a good leadership exercise for me to try and pretend that I can tell people what to do. Because I'm historically much more comfortable being like, well, this is what I do. I recommend it, but make your own choices. Like, I really hate telling people what to do. But you do kind of have to do it if you're raid leading or like guild leading. You got to give some instructions a little bit. I can't date you. You only have 5,000 subscribers. Call me when you have a silver play button. Oh god. Every now and then I wake up in the morning and I walk my dog and I'm thinking about like the things on my plate for the day and I'm like, what happened to me? How did my life end up here? I don't know if it's good or bad. Website that can tell you the mounts are missing. Simple Armory. Simple Armory. DNA test. I'm 86% English, 9% Viking, 3% Russian. I'm curious to try one of those DNA tests, but I'm apprehensive about it because A, they're harvesting your data, and while that's a normal practice for most things, it's a little weird when it's DNA. And secondly, I guess the second thing wouldn't apply if I just found out and knew to myself, but people that share their ancestry results online, I don't think this is how it's meant. I think it's just like an interesting thing to find out what people's heritage is, but in the current culture of the way things work online lately, it feels like it's a little bit of a weird racial thing. And maybe I'm just making this up. Maybe this is just paranoia, but especially, like, I don't want to ever make a video that could potentially come off as, look how white I am. Like, that's weird, right? I feel like things are a little too racially tense online for it to be really super cool to be like, all right, here you go. I'm going to prove that I'm XYZ. Like, it just kind of makes me uncomfortable. I'm probably being overly sensitive about that, but I don't know. I'd rather be overly sensitive than do something that is unintentionally awful. Oh, Wowhead can do that now? Oh yeah, they do have a tool. Any guildie you like? What do you mean? I like all my guildies. We all hang out. I especially like my husband that I'm married to. He's pretty good. I want a DNA test, curious since I know very little about my family. There are good reasons to do it. There's also, like, such as that. I've also heard of people finding out about siblings they didn't know they had. People finding, like, siblings and half-siblings out in the world. Okay, no luck on that one. We can try... do I want to go try and see if Nellick's up? I don't know, man. I guess I'll just leave her. I guess there's nothing wrong with trying to connect to your roots, but some people get really overzealous about it, and it's just a little silly. I'm proud to be Canadian. I don't need to be something else. You know what? I say pasta. Do some islands? We're almost out of time. I'm gonna check a thing on Argus, and then more or less just chat for another minute or two, and then leave to go edit a video. Although I do take a break. Whenever I end a stream and I have, like, a video to edit afterwards, I usually take a few minutes to, like, fall over on my couch for a bit. Just gotta, like, decompress a little. Skreeg. So he was not up when we started the stream, but 4 o'clock, I believe, is the rare tip over, so he could be up now. Stream is offline. Seacrest out. F. I didn't mean to. Hello? Oh well.